So in this video, I'm going to discuss laws and how people feel about them, and what a part of what I would feel as president I could do to help. So I've written a few things down on a dry erase board here. I'm going to kind of go over it really quick, and then I'm going to step back so that I can talk about it a little bit more. So here's the dry erase board. And then here's the example that I have of this situation. Okay. So basically, here's how this works. With our laws, we as people feel that our laws need to affect us personally. So I've got here on the board, the focus is on me, because it is. Our laws need to make sure that they affect us, that they make our lives easier, that they make our lives better. They make a difference. Not a bad one, a good one. They need to make a good difference. However, there are reasons that we don't like abiding by our laws. The fact that our laws have loopholes that some people can get through, some people can't. There's no consistency. If you don't have consistency, how can you hold somebody accountable? So, the other one is the money. Because in order to follow our laws, it costs money. You have to buy licenses for driving, you have to pay taxes, you have to pay all this stuff. And you don't see it bettering your life, you don't see it making your life any easier or any better. I'm in the same boat. I don't see the effect that me paying all this money is having. So, in this situation that I'm writing up here, why I personally have a problem following with certain laws, here it is. My situation is an OUI. I was found sleeping in my car after having a few drinks, and my car was running. In the state of Wisconsin, operating a car while intoxicated or under the influence is illegal. We all agree, okay? Federal law states that that it's illegal to have more than 0.08 alcohol content in your blood. We've all agreed and accepted that. Well, we may not agree, but we've accepted that that's the law. Okay, in the state of Wisconsin, they've gotten rid of a bunch of the acronyms and they've labeled it all operating under the influence. And in the state of Wisconsin, that means that anything from 0.02 of alcohol content and higher is considered operating under the influence. So, in my situation, I was found sleeping in my car after having a few drinks. The officer woke me up, did a sobriety test, concluded that I was impaired. Okay. I went to court, I fought it, and I lost. I lost because the judge declared that I was operating my car, which in the state of Wisconsin is having your key in the ignition. That's all it needs. If the key is in the ignition of your car, you are operating your vehicle. Okay? But are you really operating your vehicle? I was parked in a parking lot sleeping. My car was running because it was 20 degrees outside. So now you have the need of heat for life. Like, even the electricity company can't shut off your electricity during the winter because it's one of the necessities to create life. So, I also only had 0.07 alcohol content in my blood, which means I wasn't over the legal limit. But because the judge declared that I was operating my car and I was impaired, I had violated the law. But I was doing the right thing, so I fought it and I lost. And what it's cost me so far is about $3,000. The ticket itself was $700. And then I had to do an assessment, which was $168. And the assessment told me that they can't not give me a class. It's state law that they have to give me a class if I get pulled over or ticketed for OUI. So the minimum class is $258, and I'm required to do that. My license has been revoked for 6 months, so I went and applied for an occupational license. Nope, sorry, I don't qualify for an occupational license because I don't have an IID device installed in my car. But the court law states that I don't need an IID installed in my car unless I'm over a 1.02, I believe it is. So now I have to go back to court and fight about getting this restriction removed so that I can get an occupational license. Until then, I have to drive without a license. So I've gotten pulled over and I've got it ticketed for driving without a license. That's a $250 ticket. And because I didn't have the IID installed in my car, he also wrote me a $150 ticket for failure to comply to court orders. Why do I want to comply with these laws? They don't make my life any easier. They don't make my life any better. Like, if I had truly been pulled over for driving while under the influence, makes complete sense. However, my situation is unique. My situation is different, and that was not taken into account. We go back to earlier in this little video, I discussed being consistent. For every rule, there's an exception. My situation is one of those exceptions that weren't given because I didn't know the loopholes. Because I didn't know that if I walked into the courtroom when that ticket was first issued and I asked for a jury of my peers, that I would have gotten a better situation. I didn't know that I could ask for a jury of my peers when you're standing before the judge and the judge goes, "How do you plead?" You're not taught how our system works. You're not taught the loopholes. What we are taught is that we have to pay somebody to represent us to get those loopholes. That's not how this should go. We should be taught how our laws work, how our laws protect us, and how our laws work. Then I went to court and I represented myself. The prosecuting attorney had given me no information of how they were going to prosecute me. I had no legal counsel as to what was going to happen or able to prepare a defense in any means because they didn't feel the need to. But if I had paid a lawyer, that lawyer would have gotten the information from the prosecuting attorney, been able to accurately prepare a defense in my place, but that would have costed me another $500-600, maybe more. So why do I want to listen to the laws? If I'm president, one of the things that I would do is make it easier. Representation, whether you have money or not, shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a ticket. It doesn't matter if it's a felony. When you go to felony court, they ask you to get a lawyer or they'll provide one for you. When you're fighting a ticket, there's nothing. There's nobody there. There's no public defendant that's there to stand up and help you through the process. I would make that a part of this law, that if you have a prosecuting attorney for every city, you have a public defendant that's there for every traffic ticket, for every case, so that as Americans, we can be represented and we can be defended in our law system. Thank you.